How to know if you're financially uneducated? If I hand out $10 million, what would you do? Pause the video and answer this question. If $10 million was given, what would you do? Instantly, if your reaction was a nice house, a nice watch, a boat, you've been conditioned by Hollywood. Wealth equates to consumption, which hog ties you to the treadmill of earn and spend. My friend, poverty is a mindset. Lack is a mindset. The insidious thing about mindsets and beliefs is that they are so unconscious, they are very stealthy in their operation such that the victim isn't aware that he is a victim. You see how deadly mindsets are. If you identify the wrong mindset, if you diagnose yourself of having a wrong mindset, then you will solve it. But in most scenarios, majority of you execute belief system actions that keeps you in a state of perpetual poverty. For instance, social media has conditioned you to take more pictures than usual. After service, you take a photo of yourself. In a restaurant, you're taking photos. Why are you taking those photos? To post it on my Instagram. Majority of you have been unconscious up until now that I brought it to your notice, executing wrong actions, which then begs the question, how many other actions have you been executing to your detriment? Everyone has this experience when you're on a jet and your photographer is all around you, swarming you with pictures. Instantly, you say to yourself, I'll post this, I'll post this, I'll post this. I want to look good on my social media platform. You now see how pictures that were used to archive moments has now been translated as a status symbol. So if social media can alter your behavior and make you take certain actions, like going out of your way to get that Gucci bag, to get some vacation you can barely afford, to finance a car that takes twice the amount of effort to pay off on a monthly basis, what other actions, I reiterate, are you executing today to your detriment? What other beliefs, what other habits, what other insidious patterns are you repeating? In that same vein, wealth is a mindset, which is a mindset. And it's not just limited to transactions. For instance, I got this cup for $100. I sold it for 150, $50 profit. No, anybody can get rich off that. As Rockefeller famously remarked, in fact, a number of fools do get rich off of that skill. That's why when he published his book, How to Be Rich, the publishers advised him to change the title, How to Get Rich. No, he said, anybody can get rich. Being rich is what individuals should aspire for. Being rich is replenishment, sustainability. That's true wealth. One thing you understand about rich people is that wealth is a mindset. For instance, when I made my first million, one of the first thing I did was to pay my tithe, allocate certain amount for investment. I spread out my portfolio from rental properties to stocks, crypto, etc. Mind you, the year prior, this is something I believed I would achieve. I worked hard, I farmed, I did everything I could. in order to attain that finances. And when it came, I already knew what to do with it. So in the seasons of waiting, instead of equating patience with passivity and patiently waiting in anger and jealousy, comparing yourself to people offering the same service. In fact, the Bible clearly rebukes that attitude. It says, those who compare themselves against themselves are not wise. My friend, to be a wise man, in your seasons of waiting, don't let time pass, build capacity. If the desired outcome, if what I expect manifests into physical reality, how would I act? How would I interact with people? What is the next step? How do I ensure that this doesn't come to waste? You see the logic. From that philosophy, you will draw that the wealthy mindset is assets over liability. Wealthy people prioritize assets over liability. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are things that take money away from your pocket. And if you try and look up this definition on the internet, it's deliberately difficult. It has been obfuscated with words to deliberately ensure that lack of financial education is the norm. They don't want you watching videos like this because it is profitable to keep people poor. It is profitable to keep people financially uneducated. It's just like savings, which is a private virtue and a public sin. If every single person adopted the virtue of saving, then the economy would plummet. We would go into a depression. The word economy is derived from the Latin word economia. It means the study of lack. For an economy to function, someone has to be in lack. And I've talked about this extensively, how if everybody were wealthy, it would create another kind of inflation. So that's not something I would go into. Check it out on my previous videos. It's profitable for them to keep you poor. It's profitable for you to be small. As a wealthy person, you invest and spend what is left. Like you see in my scenario, not the other way around. You invest and spend what's left. Don't wait to hit a million and go, yeah, when I hit a million, I would adopt that philosophy. My friend, the chances of you even hitting a million, let alone use that philosophy and the single digit. The Bible clearly remarks, he who is faithful in little is faithful in life. So show God, show the universe that you are willing and able for this desired outcome and begin to work towards it and you'll be fine. As always, my friend. I have no idea what's happening, but I truly believe you can still see me. Prioritize assets over liability. Go over your belief system. Go over your patterns, the habits you unconsciously execute, and you'll be fine. As always, my friend, pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.